to my channel. We are back for yet again another tier list. So today we are doing Pokemon for G tier list, which we're doing the Sinnoh tier list. I know this is definitely not all the Pokemon from Sinnoh, not that I'm aware of at least, because I know there's probably a lot more, but this is what we got. And yeah, I haven't done a tier list in a while, mainly because I feel like I've drowned out all my tier list fucking shit, but whatever. And also because I need to make videos for my channels because I'm working 2 jobs now, so it's going to be difficult to do a lot of things. So yeah, we're going to be rating the Sinnoh generation. We've got Absolutely Adore, Like, Meh, Not My Favorite, and No Opinion, and Don't Care. So yeah, let's get right into it. First, we're going to start with the starters. We've got Turtwig, who I like a lot. Actually, I think I'm gonna move him to Absolutely Adore because he's cute. I think for the first, we're gonna do just put all this first all the starters in Absolutely Adore because I do love them a lot, and the Sinnoh region is my favorite. The Sinnoh and the Unova region are my 2 favorite regions of all time, so I can't deny that. I'm not the biggest fan of their second starters. Like, I'm not like, I don't know. There's something about just how kind of plain they look. And also, when you playing the games, it's just, yeah. Because when playing Pixelmon or when playing, like, some of the other games, you choose these starters and you come to realize that Empoleon, I'm also going to put not my fave because they have the worst moveset because because they're Water Steel. They learn like nothing until like they learn like one like one good water move or something like that. So I've learned from experience that Piplup is not the greatest one because they don't have the best moveset. I'm also gonna put Infernape in not my favorite because I think he's overhyped. I'm sure like he's really great, but I think the overhype for him is just not like, I don't know. I think he's just been overhyped as to everybody using Infernape as their starter because they think he's the coolest. I like Torterra the best because it's a giant fucking tree dinosaur. He also probably has probably doesn't have the better moveset than Infernape does, but he is still better to use than Empoleon. Sorry, hold on. So next we have is the Starly line, and if I'm being completely honest, Starly and Staraptor are I think my favorite bird. I don't care for Staravia. He's just kind of, actually I'm gonna put him in not my fave, but like I don't hate him. These are gonna kind of Met and not my fave might kind of blend together a little bit because it's not that I hate them, but it's not that I really enjoy them either. So yeah, B-Barrel I don't really care about. I don't have an opinion, but B-Doof, of course, I absolutely fucking adore. I mean, how can I not? Kricketai and Kricketune, I also don't have an opinion. The only funny thing is Kricketune has a really funny sound cry in the games, and that's the only thing I enjoy. Of course, I really have to put Shinx's evolution line in Absolutely Adore because, of course, he is also overhyped, which there's nothing wrong with Luxray. I do use him as my party any chance that I get, but that's just me. There's a lot of these Pokemon that I use too much as like my team. But it's like, come on. you get cute to cool and then to badass. Like, you cannot. Badoo and Rose Raid. Badoo, I'm gonna put in I like he's super cute, you know, but just like as the baby, I think I'm gonna put both of them in because I don't know if they're my absolute favorite, but I do love them a lot. So they're kind of like, I would say like if I did have another middle tier, I would put them in love, but I like them a lot. Cranidos and Rampardos are my favorite of the fossils, um, just because. How can I not? I also grew up watching the Sinnoh series first, so I might be a little biased on this tier list, but whatever. So next we have Shelgon and Bastion. I'm gonna put them in meh because I don't like, they're cool. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have the greatest opinion on them. I don't hate them, but there wasn't really much in Sinnoh that shown much of them. I think there was only like maybe one episode, but whatever. Burmy, Motham, and Wormadam. They're not really my favorite. I do like Motham a lot, but I'm gonna put him in meh because he's not like my favorite of the butterfly or moths. So I'm just gonna put him there. I don't hate him for any reason, but you know. And the fact that I am correct by using him, because if you have a Burmy, you have to have female to get Ramadam and a male for Motham, which is interesting, but Combi, I do like. Vespiquen, I don't really have an opinion on. I've actually never really had Combi on my team before, but I just think it's really cute. And I might be biased on that, but whatever. Pajurishu, of course, I absolutely fucking adore Pazurishu. Buizel, of course, I absolutely fucking adore, and I'm biased on that because obviously. Floatzel, I'm gonna put in meh. I don't really like Buizel's evolution line. I mean, Buizel's kind of okay. It's just like the same type of thing, really. Cherubi and Chirum, I don't really have an opinion because I haven't really used them, so I'm just gonna put in I don't care really. Shellos and Gastrodon. Surprisingly enough, I really do adore Gastrodon. I've used them on my team a lot. I do like Shellos a lot too, but Gastrodon being a water ground type is also really cool. And of course that's like resistant to a lot of things. I think like electric mainly, but I use Gastrodon a lot for most of my Pokemon teams, surprisingly. So, yeah. Um, it just shows Ambipom, so I don't know why Apom is not on this list. But if Apom was tier 8, would be absolutely adored. Ambipom, I'm gonna put meh. I'm not the biggest fan of Ambipom because it looks uglier, and again, I'm biased on that, but whatever. Drifloon and Driftblim. I've also never really used them on my team, so I don't have the biggest opinion on either of them. Now I want a disclaimer, I don't hate any of these Pokemon. Again, Gen 4 is my favorite. Gen 4 and 6, is that Unova? 6? Or 5? Are my favorite of all the gens. There's just some Pokemon that I like more than others, and there's nothing wrong with that. Baneri and Lopunny. Baneri, I fucking absolutely adore. Lopunny, I'm gonna just put in meh because she's been ruined by the internet. But I do like her a lot. But I just think, it's a more female-looking rabbit that's been sexualized by the internet. But I don't hate her to any dismay. Miss Magius, I don't know why Mischievous isn't on here unless it's a different gen, which I get mixed up sometimes now that there's like 19 different fucking generations. Anyways, Miss Magius, I also don't have an opinion on or Mischievous because I've never used her before. I think she is pretty cool, but I'm just gonna put in not my favorite. Or actually, I'm gonna put her in meh, and I'm gonna move Ambipom to not my fave, and I'm gonna move Floatzel down to not my fave. So I'm just yeah, okay. Honchcrow, I don't really care for. He's not my favorite. I don't really have an opinion on. Glammeow, of course I'm biased. I fucking adore Glammeow. Purugly, I'm gonna put in meh just because it's a fat cat and it's just funny. Chingling, I do like a lot. I've used Chimako and Chingling on my team maybe a couple times. I think they're just Psychic type, but they're pretty cool. Stunky and Stunk Tank, I don't have an opinion on because I don't think I've ever used them. Bronzor and Bronzong, I don't really like and don't care for. Bonsly, I'm gonna put in meh. I'm gonna put not my favorite because Bonsly is cute, but I don't think Sudowoodo is the best for it type of thing. Mr. Mime, I'm also gonna put in no opinion because I hate Mr. Mime, but Mime Jr. is pretty cute. Happini, I'm just gonna put in not my fave because again she's cute, but I don't use Chansey or Blissey. Chatot, I don't have an opinion because it's a stupid bird. Spiritomb I've heard was really good, but I'm gonna put him in meh. I've never used him before, but my brother said like he's like one of the best things on his team. Of course, Garchomp is overrated, of course, as well, but I use Garchomp a lot. Gabite is kind of dumb looking, so I'm just putting out my fave. Gibble is a cute, stupid little dinosaur, so I'm putting meh. Munchlax, I don't care about him or Snorlax, really. Riolu and Lucario, of course, is another overly used Pokemon, but I absolutely adore them. Hippopotas and Hippowdon. Now, I don't really have an opinion on them. I like seeing them in the anime though, because they're really funny. I'm gonna actually put them both in meh, but they are really funny and I like them a lot. Drapion I absolutely adore because it's a big giant fucking scorpion. Scorpy, I think I've used Drapion once and it made my Pixelmon team, but yeah. Krogan and Toxicroak. I know Toxicroak is pretty cool too, but they're not like my favorite, and maybe I wouldn't use them much on my team, but we'll see. Carnivine, I don't have an opinion on because it's a fucking plant. Finneon and Luminion, I'm gonna put them in like. I've never used them before, but I think they are the prettiest of the fishes. Mantike, I don't have an opinion on because I've never used Mantine before. Snover and Abomasnow, I'm gonna put Snover in not my favorite and put Abomasnow in meh because I know Abomasnow is really powerful, but I have never used him before because I think he's just sheer ice unless he's ice grass. So maybe this will give me a better outlook at like what to use for my team. Weavile I do like because yeah. Magnezone, I don't have an opinion. Licky, I don't care. Rhyperior, I don't care. Tangrowth, I don't care. Electivire, I don't care. Magmortar, I don't care. Togekiss, I'm gonna put her in meh because I think she's just pure fairy. But I know that she is quite strong. I just again don't use her. Yanmega, I'm also putting in put Yanmega in like. I do like the idea of a big fucking dragonfly. But yeah. Leafeon and Glaceon, of course, I'm going to put them both in completely adore because, duh, it's part of EV evolution. Gliscor, also overly used for me. I fucking love Gliscor. Mamoswine, I do like. I do love the Swinub evolution line. Porygon 2, I don't care for. Gallade, I also really like. Probopass, I fucking hate more than anything. Dusknoir, I actually pretty like because he's a strong ghost type. Frostlass, I'm going to put in meh, but I do love her a lot. Rotom, I'm going to put in absolutely adore because he's my favorite of the fucking weirdos. So now on to the legendaries. So the lake spirits, I do like a lot, but they're not my favorite. I think I'm just going to put them in meh. They are really cute and I do love them a lot. So maybe they'd be like in between meh and like if I didn't make another thing of it, but there'd just be too much and I didn't want to make it too like overly complicated. Palkia and Dialga, I do also really love. Actually, I think Dialga I absolutely adore over Palkia. Heatran, not my fave. I don't really care. Sometimes I forget he's a legendary, but whatever. Regigigas, I also don't really care. They're not my favorite. Garantina, now I fucking absolutely adore Garantina. Cresselia, I'm gonna put her in meh too because I know she's really strong, but also not really my favorite. Fiona, I don't have an opinion on because I've never used her. Manaphy, I do love, but I'll put her in meh. Darkrai, I really like as well, and I do really like as well. I don't think I've used him before. Shaman, of course, we all know where the fuck that's going. I fucking absolutely adore Shaman to pieces. Probably one of my favorite legendaries. And Arceus, I also think Arceus is like one of those legendaries that's also like overhyped because he's the god of all Pokemon or whatever. So I don't really have an opinion on Arceus. I mean, yeah, he's cool looking, like whatever. But it's like I don't know. He's like considered the god of all Pokemon. So yeah, I think we have a pretty good evenly amount of Pokemon in each tier. Of course, let me hear your thoughts about my tier list, and if you have anything you would change around, let me know. Or if you think, holy shit, I'm fucking wrong and stupid for most of these, which I'm sure I am, but this is just my opinion. So let me hear what you got, your opinions on all this, and yeah. That is basically it for this one. So I hope you all enjoyed. Everything's down in the description. I love you guys, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.